Through my love for travel, my practice has been focused on hospitality and recreation spaces. I've worked on projects such as Landmark Beach, Island Breeze, and now at Lighthouse Beach House. It was found in a complete state of disrepair. It had been left unattended for several years. Most of the things were left unfinished. It was a 6-bedroom property with a few other adjunct buildings, and the first thing that I loved about this building was the views that were highlighted or framed at the bar that were facing the ocean. And I thought that this could potentially be something great. And so I took upon the project and started renovating it. I had a 6-week period to turn it into something great. From a concept standpoint, I felt the need to celebrate the view, which was everything about this project. The building is facing the ocean front with no obstructions. In addition to facing the ocean, it was also sun facing. So the sun rose and set on the front of the building. And so it was very important to celebrate this. We expanded the pool deck, included this long pool feature, and also created a sun deck that leads out from the bar. You can have breakfast facing the sun and you can enjoy the sunset. We also put in cabanas where you can relax and watch the view, enjoy the ocean breeze, and also enjoy the sunrise and sunset. And so that was the major concept with this building, was creating outdoor facilities that the guests could enjoy and soak in the view and the beachfront. There was a dugout pool, however, it was not functional, so we had to fully flip that over, give it new tiling, extend the deck so that you could actually have sunbed so you can lounge on. And then we created this long pool feature, which is more a decorative feature than an actual functional feature, but it gives it a bit of aesthetics and also pulls your eyes toward the pool while also following the linear lines that are facing the beach and sort of celebrates that. All of the furnishing was put in new. They were all locally made furniture, and that was something that was very important to us, was not to import furnishing. So there was a lot of working with locals in creating the right kind of furniture and still give you that feel of luxury while still being made locally. The sun deck was all made out of wood. We picked out a natural material, so there's a lot of bamboo, raffia, wood that was used on this project to tie into that beach feel, giving it sort of a bit of a rustic yet boutique feel. So we're on an island in Takwa Bay, which is a 10-minute boat ride from Victoria Island, one of the major cities in Lagos. This location, being the only building of its own kind in this area, gives people a sense of escape from all the hustle of Lagos. And so that was something that was very important, was to give people that feeling that they have gone away to decompress and just feel at one with nature. The bar, which was the original feature that convinced me to take on this project with the views to the ocean, was left more or less in its original state, and the furnishing was just changed around. So we put in all of those highlights of blues that draw from the color of the ocean and whites that give you this blank canvas sort of beach feel. And that was the color palette for this project. White, light blues that draw from the color of the ocean, and wood that draws from the nature that surrounds us. And then going into the rooms, you would see then that the bathrooms were renovated and these bamboo screens were installed to sort of give you a demarcation between the toilet area and the shower area, and in such a rustic and boutique way that is not necessarily done in almost anywhere. You would normally find your regular glass shower encasement, and so this was a new thing that we brought into the project. It was also very important because of the time period of the project, which is just 6 weeks, to turn this around and a limited budget to come up with very creative ways to both enhance the interiors of the building and also add functional elements into the building. We drew from the name which the beach already was used to being called, which is Lighthouse, as well as the old Lighthouse building, which is inside of the village. And so we did call it the Lighthouse Beach House. It gives it a sense of being at home and being one with its actual location. We then came up with a strategy that because it's such an escape location, a boutique destination getaway, we made it an all-inclusive sort of hotel. Each of those 6 rooms can be reserved on a day-to-day as you would in a hotel. However, you have all your meals and drinks included. So if you book a night, you would have the breakfast, lunch, dinner for the 2 guests in a room, as well as unlimited drink, cocktails, waters. All of that was included in your room rate. And so we added some elements as well, both in the activities and in the spaces and some of the features that are put in the building to sort of give those experiences to the guests. So we added the fire pit. So at night time, other than their stay in the room, they can come out after dinner. We also put in this, we call it the coconut, and this interesting feature was put in there as just a sort of both aesthetic and experiential thing for guests, where they can just sit into it and just read a book and enjoy the feeling of being away. We took advantage of our location and the elements that are within our location to sort of curate certain experiences that guests can have. We have the shipwreck, we have the lighthouse where guests can quad bike to ride all the way over there through the village. You can go fishing, catch something, and if you do catch something, we'll grill it for you. We've curated other experiences such as the floating breakfast. So if you wanted to have a honeymoon, there was that possibility of feeling like you were in Bali and having this floating breakfast in the pool. And so this gives you multiple different ways to experience the space, experience the beach house, and just celebrate your own whatever it may be. As far as the challenges, logistics is probably the biggest one, and the lack of facilities or infrastructure on the island. Obviously, as we grow, hopefully those will become better. Maybe we'll be able to leverage more things. I'm such a beach lover, and so there's a growing demand for local getaway destinations. In the last 2 years, we've seen a huge trend growing into a lot more staycation locations. However, the experiences might not be as great or in that international standard. We have a lot of beach houses now coming up in the last year or two, which are tending or catering to this huge demand for local staycations. There's that demand for family locations, for getaway locations that take you away from the noise, give you the experience of having left your stress. The feeling that you get when you travel, which is that you are at peace, you have gone away and your troubles are not there anymore. At Lighthouse, there's a limited number of rooms, there's a limited number of day guests you can have on any day. So we're very focused on ensuring the customer experience, and our guests really love that. It feels really great to have worked on this project. I think one of the things with working on hospitality projects for me, and the satisfying part, is really how guests feel. Reading those reviews, seeing them experience the spaces that I have created. It's so satisfying. I think I always go back to a few moments, specific moments that have been very touching to me, in just seeing how guests relate with 1 or 2 features that I've put in, and just the overall design and the feeling that they get when they're in a space that I've worked on. For this project, we hope to actually expand it more, add more features onto this project. As you can see, there's a huge amount of expanse of land, and we want to ensure that the integrity of the concept and the brand are kept intact while we expand. I'm looking forward to the next project. You're going to be seeing a few more ideas and concepts coming from me soon, and I can't wait to show you what's coming.